It's a lot of fun being in charge of FCA. Like, I don't know, just the ability to be able to lead a group of kids to Jesus, I guess, is just like the coolest part of my life, probably. Some of the duties that I have is basically just keep the club running. Because a lot of people are like, oh, you have it every Thursday. You kind of have a structure every Thursday, but actually a lot of stuff like goes into it behind the scenes that like you don't really see. And so it's just mostly making sure there's someone leading, making sure there's food, making sure we have worship planned, we have something else planned. And I'm going to be honest, like it's not always structured like that all the time. Sometimes we just go with the flow kind of a thing, but we really do want to try to have a structure and stick to a routine. So that's mostly is when everyone else is really busy, like there just has to be someone to keep going. And so I guess that's my job. Yeah, just the best parts is just to be able to lead your school to Jesus, but like even more than that, to just like encourage them and be like, you are not alone. Like there is someone for you, that you are so amazing. Like why try to be somebody else when you're you? And so that's something that's really cool, is I get to kind of speak that life into my classmates and even kids that are sitting alone at lunch or whatever. I get to invite them to FCA and know that they have a place there. And so I think that's the coolest part of FCA, is how inclusive the organization is, and to be able to carry that on is like awesome. Oh my gosh. I mean, everything has its ups and downs for sure. I guess the worst part is like getting out of my comfort zone. Like I led once or twice last year, actually giving a message, and that like freaked me out. Like it was like, this is crazy. And so they were really bad like messages because I was so nervous, but then like I eventually like grew more confident in public speaking. But I guess public speaking is the hardest because people are looking up to you, and you gotta give them something. So I feel like that's the hardest thing, is to just get out of my comfort zone and just gotta go for it. It's crazy. Like, not gonna lie, and now that it's the end of the year, it's even harder. But for a while, like, we got a little structure going with small groups, little events on the side. And so once we got like the schedule down, then it was able to actually like plan my schedule around that. And so that made it easier. But now, since I do have a job and sometimes I close and I'm there till midnight and got to get up for FCA, and so I haven't really found like a good way to balance all of that. Like it's still kind of crazy, but just keeping my eye on the mission that like this is greater than myself, that and like my sleep deprivation is like doesn't even compare to what we get to do.